Well, good morning, viewers. Good morning, and happy Canada Day. And today on Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood is working on the trailer day again. Hopefully get a little bit more done, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of late getting going, but that's not uncommon for me. So it's kind of a cloudy-ish day today, and they're saying possible rain, so I guess that's probably why I didn't put my tractors out today, and I put them out on Saturday for display. So we'll have a quick look at the weather and then we'll get going here. So we're at 17 degrees Celsius at the moment, and that is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Northwest wind at 6 miles an hour, so that's pretty good. Don't like the direction, but being at 6 miles an hour, you don't feel anything, so that's good. 10 kilometers an hour in our system. So today, 20 degrees, sun, cloud, and rain. It just depends on which one you want to pick, I guess. 30% chance of showers. Then Tuesday is good, Wednesday is good, Thursday is good, Friday is probably sort of good, maybe, and Saturday is good. Then back to rain on Sunday. And all could change before that time. All right, so that is where we're at here today. So I'm going to get going, and I'll get back to you when I get to my son's place. And once I get started and get things set up, I'll do a little more videoing. Tractors are all still snug in their beds, asleep. And that's where they're going to stay for today, maybe. If I come home early this afternoon, and it seems to be reasonable and no rain, maybe, I might put one of those tractors with flag out, maybe. You see one of my chains is kind of going screwy there. Let's look at that, I guess. This one is still all right. I'd like to get the blower off of that and get into the woods with it and haul some wood out with it, just for fun. Do some work and have some fun at the same time. But not gonna happen, I don't think. I wonder what's going on here anyway. Something is kafooey with that chain. I'll have to have a little look at that, I guess. Me tire tube springs are let loose. That one is off, and this one isn't very tight, so. All right, well, we'll have to fix that up at some point. That's what they used to use on the old road graders that had chains on them that used to plow snow here. They had rubber tubes tied onto the chains to keep them tight. And you don't necessarily want them tight. You want them just snug, if that. Anyway, they don't use tire chains here anymore. I guess they have like a winter tire for the road graders nowadays. Anyway, all right, I'll get back to you later. Well, good day again, viewers, good day. And I'm at my son's place here now, so we're going to get started at trying to get one board in anyway and see how that goes. And if it goes well, then maybe move on to the next one. And you can see I got my good hat on. And all the people are gone to Canada Day parade, I guess. They went, I think it's North Rustico, I think, is where they went. You know, they spend the day out there, so good for them. Now I'm going to turn you around and show you what I got here and what I'm planning to kind of do. Now, whether this all takes place or not, that's another question. But that's what I'm hoping to do, is what I'm going to show you. So just hang on a second now. All right, we got the boards in the back there, and we seem to have a little hiss here from the air compressor, and that joint there is hissing. Anyway, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go here yet, but I'm going to start with the big boards, or I should say the wide boards, on the outside edges and work my way to the center. That's what I'm hoping to do. And if I can show you here, yeah, this fella here is going to end up in the center. That's the hope. These two shorter ones, or narrower ones, are going to end up on either side of the one in the center. And then whatever combination I have to make those fit. And I do hope that I can flip these somewhat. I don't want to have that black on the upside if I can help it. I'm going to try and turn them over so that any of that printing is on the downside. I guess it doesn't make any difference. It's just an old trailer, but I mean, that's just my foolish thought. You know, we got some here, there. Anyway, that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'll show you the combination of stuff that's going to happen here. The first thing I'm going to do is re-clean everything somewhat. I'm going to get in along the edges here and re-clean that, re-clean the tops of these, in underneath in there, and the same thing up at the front and all along the sides and whatever. So to do that, I'm going to also use this chipping hammer here, hopefully. Take some of the, there is a couple spots that are a wee little bit rusty, like flaky type of rust, I guess. And then I'm going to use this, of course, that's what I used before, and maybe give it a quick go with that. Then the air gun. And then we'll get it, we're going to try to measure the holes and where the bolts are from the side here. Every board I put in, I'll measure where those holes are so that I can drill down into a place where there's no hole. And the other thing is, I don't want to get in on top of one of those because it'd be hard drilling doing that. Hard drilling. And I doubt you'd ever be able to measure it to get back to the same holes to reuse. And more than likely, they wouldn't hold anyway. I would say they probably, the threads that were in them are probably rusty, and the thread's probably gone anyway. And I kind of think this drill bit that he gave me is going to be too big. That's what I kind of think. So I have some other drill bits here. But anyway, so we'll continue on this. So yeah, so I'm going to try and measure to see where the holes are, where the bolts are. So I don't want to get into them if I can help it. So then I've got my tool to put the screws in with. I got some extra drill bits, bolts. Oh yes, No one taking them out, I guess. I'm just going to show you the bolts. These are floorboard screws type F, so that's what's supposed to be used, I guess. And that's exactly what came out of it. They're self-threading. You can see right there, see that? A little narrower at the end, and they got the little cuts in the threads so that they'll screw themselves in. I'd say they must be a fairly hard bolt. And then they have that Torx thing there that fits that. Now all these are going to go into that. They're all going to get soaked in there. And there's my measuring tape so that I can measure where the holes and stuff are. So each board, before I put it down, I'm going to coat the trailer with this undercoating with a brush. The brush is in there. Those are my tools to clean up. There's my coffee that I have to drink before I do anything. And if you remember, or if you saw the video yesterday where my son fixed the fender, just like that. Put a coat of Pour 15 over it and on the underneath of it. So that, the one thing about that Pour 15 apparently is to be nice and shiny like that, but once it gets out in the sun, it kind of goes like the paint here. It goes faded. So anyway, that makes no difference, just an old trailer. Now, the trailer is going to get painted, but probably now not until next year. Once this is part of it's done, I've got other things to do and just don't want to get into trying to paint it this year. If everything goes well with the other things, well then maybe I might, but I really kind of doubt it. And she needs a little bit of, just to kick the rough stuff off. She's kind of bad up the front here. That's just got to come off now. I have a needle descaler, and I'll tell you, boys, that thing works just a dandy, because I did paint this, I don't know how many years ago now, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I bought one of those needle descalers at Princess Auto. And I'm telling you, boys, it makes some nice job of getting that old rough, rusty stuff off. Just a dandy. So anyway, that's what's got to be done. The whole front of it has got a lot of that on it. So, but nothing really that's anywhere going to be close to be going through. It's just surface stuff, but every time you take a layer off, you're making it thinner, that's for sure. So there's some stuff here, there's a little bit there that needs to be chewed on. A little bit up in there. And you'll never get it all, you just get what you can and whack the paint though. That's about all you can do. It's just a trailer. It's going to get marked up. Or with me anyway, it's going to get marked up. There's nothing that I have that's in pristine condition, that is for sure. So that's a little bit of work here. I got to do a little something in here with this. I was in a location one time where I was picking up wood, and I got into a stump and bent the bottom end of it, which means the top part came out. And it bent this angle here a little bit. So there's a gap in behind that. It's hard to see there, but there's a gap in there. I want to kind of filled with oil or filled with undercoating or something, or maybe put a layer of goo over the top of it or something. More rust there like that. And the wheels need to be done again too. I did the wheels too the last time. And like I say, the needle descaler just works great. And that's all I did. Like you're never going to make it look brand new again. So, and I don't even know if I sanded it. I might have the last time I did it. Anyway, if you do, we just give it a quick sand with some sandpaper, and like I say, whack the paint to it. That's about all a fella can do. Like I say, it's never going to be in pristine condition ever again like it was when it was new. So that's enough babbling, I guess, for now. I'm going to try one and see how it goes here. I'm going to clean it all out here first. So after a while, I'll get you set up again, and I may show you the second board going in after I fight with the first board. So I'm going to get you into my camera holding thing here. Now, there we go. It's just an old piece of pipe that I welded the magnets at the bottom of it. And it just goes clunk, just like that. It holds everything in a spot. So I'll just shut you off there for now, and I'll do what I got to do here. So there's the sunshine, and they were saying 30% chance of rain. But anyway, 30% chance isn't a whole lot, I guess, is it? So anyway, here I am in the garage working on this trailer. So I don't know how long I've been at it here, but I guess probably 45 minutes to an hour, and oh boy, my back is just done in. But I've got it all re-cleaned, and I used a chipping hammer and a wire brush and scraper. Got quite a bit more stuff out of it, so that's good. She's all blown off and ready for action. If I have any action left in me, I don't know. Anyway, move another step ahead, so that's good. Just keep having a step ahead every now and again. That's the thing to do. All right, we'll cut you off here for now. I'm going to have a cold drink, and I'll get back to it here after that. All right, we're kind of moving along here a little bit slowly, and I guess surely. I've got all the holes and bolts and wires measured. So I don't want to drill into that, and I don't think I could well, you'd never be right on with the hole anyway if you did happen to drill through it. And I don't want to drill through that, so like I say, I measured all that stuff from the side to give me a better idea as to where things are. And we're not going to screw into the new ones that we put in. 1, 2, 3, 4 new braces. We're not going to screw into those. We'll just re-screw back into the original ones. This wouldn't be too hard to drill into, but that one there is a bed frame, so you'd never screw into it. There's 2 of them that are bed frames, so that'll be tough a going. So I got the the undercoat on there now too. I might have to just go a little further with it to make sure I'm out past where the wood stops. A little bit here I gotta do yet. There's the goo in there. That's all done. Now my next problem, and this trouble thinking takes up time, and finding things to do stuff with takes up time. So what I want to do is, when I put these boards over here, I'd like to somehow have jack in there to push up against the wood, to push it tight against the side. And I'm having trouble coming up with an idea for that. So that takes up time, and that's going to slow the process down until I find something, and then it'll move along a little better maybe, because whatever I make to push this into this side will then work. I can get my finger in there. Where's my finger? There it is. And then it will work over there. So then when you go to the next board, you have to change your length of whatever you're going to use to push up against with the jack to push those together. So the next move, or whatever I make to push the second board into the first board, then I can use over on that side also. It's going to take time and thinking and finding stuff to do that with. I know there's different types of jacks that could do that, but we don't have nothing like that, so I got to come up with an idea of some sort. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking that even if I get this one in today, which I don't know if I will or not, because I'm running out of steam, but I would like to get one in just to see how the screws go and how the drilling goes and how it all fits and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would like to do. So I'm going to shut this off here for now, and then I'll get back to you again. All right, another little clip here as to what I'm doing to try and get it squeezed over tight. So I've managed to kind of wedge that in there. I have it tight up in underneath in there. And I put that there, and then I give it a couple of that, and then down here I found another little jack, and I found a piece of wood that I cut to certain lengths. I guess I cut it a little bit too short, but anyway, it's working at the moment. And of course I give this end a pound with the hammer and pound towards the front with the hammer, and so everything seems to be in tight. So now I can put in a couple of screws, and then I'm going to do the same thing in the middle with this jack. Squeeze her in tight. Anyway, that's about all I can do for now. So I think once I get this done, that's going to be it for today. So that system, I should be able to use that type of, or that jack, like I have it up there, and this down here for the wood on that side. And I can also use that for this board here when I put it in. So, all right, there we go for now, I guess. All right, there's the first screw in. Look at that. So what I did was the bolt, I dumped it in the oil here, the whole bolt, and then I took this eyedropper thingy that I have oil in. I think it's cotton oil actually, And after I drilled the hole with the bit, I squeezed a thing of oil down through the wood. So now what I'm going to do, I was going to put another bolt right here, but I've changed my mind. My mind changes a lot. Yeah, my original plan was to, if this brace had been up here somewhere, I would have put a bolt up here, and then I would have squeezed the board in the middle over. But if I put a bolt in here and squeeze that middle over, it's possible that this end could come out. So I'm going to do the middle first, squeeze that over, and I still have the jack in there to hold that. So I'm going to squeeze this over, and I'll probably put the screw into this one here. And then once that's done, then I can put one into here. And then I don't have to worry about that kicking out, I think, anyway. That's what I'm going to do now, whether it's right or not. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting tired out, so we'll continue on here, and there might be another clip or two yet. It's coming along anyway. It all takes time. Get used to the drill and the screws putting in and stuff. Once you get on a roll, it'll be a lot easier, I guess. But getting things lined up and figured out is the time-consuming thing. Anyway, if I keep talking, I won't get nothing done. So I'll be back yet. Well, there we go. Viewers, holy cats, I'm more I guess. So we got one board in, one long one and one short dovetail one. And it's just a little bit screwed for just long enough, just the way the trailer's built. There's a bit of a gap there between the metal and the wood, which I didn't realize. So, but anyway, I've got them to work as long as I can keep the rest of them doing that. Once I get out into the middle, it shouldn't be as bad, but the outside rails, I'll just turn these around here and show you, I guess. Yeah, so there we go, we've got one board in. But yeah, the gap is, you can see the gap there, where it's kind of tight on the metal that we put in. It's pretty well touching, but the original metal, the wood is up from it. And you can see on the next one there too. If I can get there. Anyway, a gap there. I almost hit my finger. Anyway, luckily the screws went through and held, so they're not through by, they're through by about 1/4 of an inch anyway, I guess, so that's not too bad. Anyway, that's a lot of work for an old fellow like me. It's 20 degrees in here in this garage today, and it feels like it's 30. But of course, stupid me, I got a sweatshirt on, I guess, but that's the way it is. So that's in, is about as tight as it's going to get, I guess. And what we're going to have to do with the middle board, we won't know until we get to it. I can't necessarily say I like the way that worked out back here, but that's the way it was. It's just a screw down through the metal, in through the wood, and it doesn't go through the bottom. Anyway, can't go anywhere once they're all in there, so that's going to be that. Oh, there's a bolt that I missed. I'm going to have to cut that off. Right there. I didn't see that one before. There you go now. Anyway, that's enough for today. My back is sore from leaning over that side. And, whew, boy, yeah. Anyway, we'll go home and we'll rest up for tomorrow, I guess. And we got a good gap here. That turned out good. So that other thing will flop down in there. We're not sure yet what we'll do with that, but we'll get to that once we go to put it in. So. Anyway, if I have to, I can go get longer bolts. I just need 1/4 of an inch longer. These are 2 1/4. I can just buy 2 1/2, and that would fix the trouble if I run into too much trouble with them. Anyway, coming along. Maybe we'll get another board in tomorrow, maybe. And like I said, the jacks, well, I can use it for the other board tomorrow, the way they're set up there. Then after that, don't know what I'll do. I'll have to cut this board at the back, I guess, and then I'll have to make a different board or a different thing for up front, for the scissor jack up there. Anyway, we'll continue on tomorrow. We'll slap down some more undercoat, slap another one on. So probably won't be until tomorrow afternoon, because tomorrow is going to be grocery getting day in the morning, which is supposed to be today, but they'd all be closed today, so that's that. All right, I guess that's enough rambling, and I'll continue on. I'll probably close this video out because it could be getting long, I don't know. And we'll make another video as we put boards in, I guess. All right, thanks for watching, people, and have a great Canada Day.